Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. We're just about to find out if I got a brand new truck. You say, what do you mean? You got a new truck. Well, I tried it one time. Yeah. How come I can't find my tire pressure on the computer when I want to find it? But anyway, I just dropped the tire pressure. I was looking, this thing rides so rough, right? So I checked on, Google Genesis. It's an AI Google. And I said, can I safely lower my tire pressure? It said, absolutely. It said, everybody does it. That recommended placard is fully loaded trailering, and you must have at least that much air or you run the risk of overheating your tires and getting a blowout. But a lot of people that have Super Duties and 1 tons are reporting running 45 in the rear and 50 in the front, slightly higher in the front because of the engine, but without anything in the bed. So I went all the way down. They said between 40 and 45 rear and 50 and 55 front. So I went with the high of 45 rear and 50 front. I can still go another 5 pounds, but let's see what the difference is. You're going to find out at the same time as me. So here we go. All I've been doing all morning is running around back and forth from the leasing office to the post office. I just went over like those tank fills at the gas station. There's a gas station here, but those are going to be bumpy, no matter what, Let's see, can I get out this way? Looks like a 2-way lane. Yeah, there's a stop sign. I don't know if it's in my head, but I'm already thinking, oh yeah. See, I was running 65 PSI all the way around. That's a taut tire, baby. 65 pounds of pressure. That's what you're supposed to have when you're towing or you got a crap load of stuff in the bed. Not just a generator and an empty non-towing. So let's just see if we got something going on here. Might have us a new truck, a new love affair. I was just, worried about, they do that. They talk about this chalk thing you do. I guess you draw a line of chalk across your tire, and then you drive a short distance in a straight line. And as long as the chalk line goes all the way across as you drive, you're still putting the footprint, all of your tire. You're overinflated if you only see the chalk in the middle, and you're underinflated if you only see the chalk on the outsides. So you're looking for a straight line. I got some cars coming before I can get going here. But, it's got to be better, right? It's got to be better. And at this point, I'm ready to buy those Toyos or some other kind of a tire in the near future. That wasn't too bad. A little bump I just went over. I don't know what my gas mileage is going to turn into being, but can't get any worse. And how did that come up? I looked for my tire pressure thing on the computer here the other day. I went through all this stuff. I couldn't find it. Now I see it because the low pressure warning is on. Oh my gosh. This is definitely, hey, I don't care if it is mental. As long as I think I'm not riding around a buckboard, it's very annoying. Now you air this baby up to 65 all the way around and drive around with it empty. It's a Super Duty, baby. It's got super bumps. But this is feeling pretty good. Like I said, I was really worrying about tire wear. I didn't want to wear my tires out or uneven, when that low pressure tire light comes on. But AI says, everybody's doing it. Drop them tires, but make sure you air them back up before towing. I mean, of course, I air down anyway, way lower than this if I'm doing off-roading. So, you know, you just don't want to go so low that you'll break the bead, but we're not close to doing that. So shows me 49 in the front and 45 over here and 46 back there. That's what I'm showing. And the one back here at 45 is amber, meaning I guess that's when the light comes on and says you got low tire pressure. Let me just see here. Man, this thing's a Cadillac. Truly is better. I mean, really. It's always been pretty smooth on the highway and nice roads, but I'm definitely feeling a little softer. Wait till we find a little manhole cover or pothole, small ones. I don't intentionally try to run over potholes, but some are unavoidable. Yeah, let me go back to my gas mileage here and see what. I'm doing 60 and gas mileage is 9.8. That's what I've been getting. It's too soon to know. Hey, I'll take a little less gas mileage. It can't get much worse. To be able to enjoy driving this thing more. So, let's see, here's a little bump. Let's go over here. I'm telling you, it made a difference. That's 20 pounds. 25 pounds less in the rear, which is where you get a lot of the bounce. We're doing good. So if you got a Super Duty out there and you're not towing and you don't have a lot of weight in the bed, if it's got a 65 PSI on the placard, which is what mine does, then, oh yeah, that was good. That was all right. I mean, it's a truck. Hell, my Honda would have felt that one. Oh yeah, this is better. Drop those tires, man. Drop those tire pressures. But that chalk thing is a good thing to do. You want to make sure you're still putting a full footprint across the pavement. That's to get the ideal tire pressure. Yeah, I'm going over some bumps right now, and other than it being what I would expect any truck to be, this is good. I mean, this is more like an F-150 now with the Platinum package. So my phone said lightning nearby, and you know, I can see there's some crap over there, but it's supposed to be moving away. So I think I'm going to, if I can get the gumption, I'm heading over to Nathan Benderson. I'm going to do the sprints. I'm a 200 man. I'm still a 200 man. I'll hit LA Fitness right there, and then I'm going to go visit Fred and Rafaela, and then I'll walk the mall. Today's a big day to do the exercise. And this morning, by the way, after I made the Crushing It for Christ video, a second one, talking about how I had an epiphany that I'm all about preparing for journey and listening to God for direction. I'll tell you what I did. I'll tell you how serious I am. I've made videos before about being a minimalist, that I don't fall in love with anything. I mean, I don't. In fact, I'm going to make some people mad right now because I didn't take it to some Goodwill store. I threw away a perfectly good, brand new mixer. They're only $10 at Walmart. A coffee grinder. Remember when I bought coffee beans? I was buying the Gold, what's that brand called? The Gold, baby, the Gold. Can't think of it right now. That was the coffee I was on. Still good coffee. I was buying beans, and so you had to grind them every morning, you know, and it was a mess and all that. Threw that bitch out. Threw it out. I have 4 forks and 1 good fork. The 4 I bought at Walmart are like flat. They're hard to hold. They actually will cut your hand. They're not a thicker metal of a decent piece of flatware. Threw them out. I kept 1 crappy one, and I had 1 good one. I only need 2. I went through my silverware drawer, pots and pan drawer. I found a little egg, perfectly good. Teflon pan to cook eggs, perfectly good. Threw it away. I'm lightening my load. At first I thought I'll put some things into storage that I absolutely don't need to lighten the load of the camper and all that, because maybe I've accumulated, you know, living in it, and it's less stuff to rattle around, weight banging up and down on the cheap cabinets that you have, you know, with the thing that they sit on, the little flooring, you know, that could break. I'm going to go through my clothing, everything. So pots and pans, the kitchen I did this morning. And then I went into the medicine cabinet in my bathroom, and I threw away, I don't know, I found a couple of bottles of blood pressure pills. I threw them out. The last time I purged my bathroom, I said, well, in case I check my blood pressure and there's something to it. But on carnivore, I don't have any blood pressure problems. My blood pressure, I check it all the time. I got the little cuff. Perfect. So I got rid of those. I couldn't find, oh yeah, I got this thing they sent me. I ordered it actually from Humana Medicare. It's an ice pack. You know those things, you take the lid off, you screw the back off, you drop ice down in there, and it's a little bag, you know, it doesn't sweat. It's not like putting ice in a towel. I never use it. Doesn't even weigh anything. I threw it out. All this good stuff. And then I went through my spices. And, you know, that steaks spice I bought at Walmart about a month or so ago when I started the carnivore. And I went back to Montreal. I said, I don't use this. A bunch of salt comes out of it anyway. I don't know what it is. Threw it away. I'm down to just to Montreal. There was some Italian seasoning. What do I use that for? Threw it away. So anyway, anything and everything that isn't absolutely something I'm going to use, even if it's not every day, but I'm going to use it, that's all that I keep. Everything else can go bye-bye. You know, I'll even go through my pots and pans again. I got that all-clad, two beautiful frying pans. I got a couple of nice pots. Nothing like that will be thrown away. Got to have good cookware. Oh, what was it? Oh, yeah. I got those new steak knives. All them other knives I got. The steak knives, threw it in the trash. Behind my stove, I've got a knife holder. And I've got one nice one that's a flat blade. And I have 2 that I've never used. They're serrated. Threw them away. Perfectly good, brand new carving knives. I don't want them. Throw it out. It's already in the dumpster. Can't even get it back if I wanted it. Move my plates and spatulas down below. I've got 2 of these big spatulas. And one came with my Suburban griddle with the flagstaff, real long. I kept it, you know, it goes with the griddle. Not gonna do that. You know, the griddle's long and wide, flip several pieces of bacon and everything, eggs, which I'm gonna be using my griddle more soon. I gotta clean it off. Been raining like crazy. There's probably some rust on it. I'll have to re-season it, get it real hot. I'm gonna start cooking my steaks out there. This morning, I put some water in my sink and clogged it, and I found some Pine Sol, that I have under the sink. And I poured a fair amount in there for aromatics. You know, I love Pine Sol to mop the floor. I love that clean smell. And then I also put a bowl of that white cleaning vinegar. I didn't even know you had cleaning vinegar. I got apple cider vinegar, white, I guess, cooking vinegar, whatever it is. And then there's one called cleaning vinegar that I bought. It's actually stronger. It's 5% acid, and the regular vinegar is only 5%. The cleaning one is 6%, in case I didn't say that right. So the place smells good. There's no odors in there from bacon. Last night I made the burger and egg deal. Again, got gorged out on it. Don't want to eat it again, but you can't believe a damn thing I say. You know, I chopped up the hamburger meat, got it all done. Couldn't even get it really brown. It just, like that oil just turns into like water or something. It won't brown. I put it on the highest heat I could do in my stainless pan. And after it got really good and done, I cracked 3 eggs in there and mixed it all up and cooked the eggs. And I sat there and I ate that. You know, it's that recipe I showed you guys some other carnivore guy eats. It's all right, but I ate so much of it last night, I got gorged out. I don't even want it again. And there's a 150 lifted Ford. He's on a Super Duty. He's at them roaring tires. Never put mud tires on your truck. You're gonna say, what are you talking about? I got mud tires on mine. Looks bad to the bone. It does. They do. Big old lugs. But it sounds like you're riding a 4-wheeler down the highway. Man, this thing rides good, baby. Oh, yeah. Hey, Davis Industries. Drop that tire pressure, brother. Enjoy. Throw that kidney belt away. Oh, this is great. And it's really getting gray up here closer to the mall shopping area where I come every day. I could have turned right there, but we'll go on up. So, getting rid of weight. I also have a float noodle that I bought months ago that I want to take a razor blade or a knife and cut it in half. This little skinny float noodle for the pool. And I'm going to find out how thick I got to get it to wedge it underneath that sliding bedroom door I've got. Because every time I travel, it rides on this track up in the ceiling. And the door will bounce up and down and pull out of the track. The track is a cheap piece of metal, and it bent the track out, and the wheels that it rolls on, the rollers, just came out. And I stopped one day and I go back there, and it's sitting on the ground on the floor. One side's still in the track, but one came out. So what I normally do is I wedge a bunch of towels or something underneath it so it will cushion it and not let it bounce, because that's another thing that bounces like a buckboard when you're towing, especially over the potholes on I-40. Well, that was a good test right there. Going through these roundabouts, this truck is much smoother. So anyway, I got this great idea of using a pool noodle to wedge, 2 or 3 pieces underneath. It'll also keep it from sliding, but I'm going to prevent that too. So I'm preparing. And then another thing I got to do is I don't have to buy new sewer hoses and stuff, but those ones I have, I'm going to have to disconnect them from the camper, scrunch them all together in the accordion that they came in, so they're not real long, and then leave it connected to the sewer pipe out there and run a hose with the sprayer nozzle and just, run it to rinse them out. And then I'll buy a tote with a lid and put them in that, all scrunched together, capped. I got these end caps, and put them in that with a lid on a tote and put it in the back of the truck. They're disgusting. but I'm not going to go out and buy new ones. And I have to have multiple ones and long ones because I have 2 holding tanks. I've got a sink, a kitchen holding tank. You see that bump? You see me going like that? It was worse than that. So, wasn't too bad. So I gotta get those cleaned up. That's the next thing I gotta do. Oh, the clouds are over right here. It's a good time to do some sprints, baby, sprints. Maybe I'll run into Casey again. It's 11:32. That guy's an animal. Climbs those, there it is, the tower. Climbing those stairs 5 times. The lake, the rowing lake is almost flat, meaning there's no wind on it. There's no wind going on. So yeah, I'm gonna do some sprints. I'm a 200 man, but I gotta keep the, I gotta burn those calories. Truck drives good. .8 miles per gallon still. Amazing fuel economy. Now I've been driving this thing around. You guys have witnessed it 2 or 3 times, right? Last few days. Why all these cars here? Who are these people? What are they doing here? My gas tank shows between 1/2 and 3/4. I got a 36 gallon tank, something like that. Forgot. It's smaller than the Tundra. I'm gonna pull it over here. Sorry, can't drive and talk at the same time. Nearby lightning just came on my phone. So let's say it's 36 gallons divided by 4. What's 4 into 36? 4 times, you know, it's just under 10 gallons a quarter. So I need likely 12, 15 gallons of gas. At $3 a gallon is $45. It's only $2.70 a gallon here. So that's why I like to fill it up before it gets, you know, down to a quarter of a tank or anything, because this thing is expensive. But look, the Honda doesn't even move. I drive it around all week. I don't even think about gas. I don't even look at it. And now I'm like, well, you go buy gas. I've drove the truck 3 times. Because the entire time I drive is all around city. I'm gonna do those sprints, baby, and I'm gonna climb them stairs. First, I'm gonna hit the head over here. My finger, just because I decided to play basketball that day, I screwed myself up for life. This is never gonna be fixed. Never. I cannot straighten that up. And here's the worst thing. While the pain somewhat subsided, thank God I can make a fist, I can punch, I can work out. But I went to go in my cabinet or something the other day, and I hit this right here, this part, this first knuckle, against the cabinet. You would think someone stuck a needle in my eye. Ay, ay, ay. If I go like that, very sore still, right in that joint. So, my eyes are really itchy today. So that really bums me out. Just because I wanted to go and shoot some hoops one day at LA Fitness. Look at that. Stupid. All right, what else can I tell you before I get out? Oh, let me try to answer a couple of comments. It's no big deal. I just want to answer it now. Someone said, instead of, it's because I was reaching for this. Someone said, Tim, get you one of them dash covers. Let me tell you, that thing went out in the 70s or the 80s. We all bought them. And while it does protect, I think that I think the quality today, I don't see too many cracked dashes anymore. But your comment said that you don't think this is not what this is for. It is, but it isn't. This is to keep the heat. There's a reflective thing too. You said, oh, maybe 5 degrees. I beg to differ. Huge difference in the temperature in here with this in the window. So, no, I won't be getting the dash cover. I don't like the way they look anyway. Kind of tacky. Put some carpet up on my dash. I'll be using this. And this thing is real easy. You just got to know what you're doing. What was the other comment? Well, I already took care of that. I'm not gonna address that one. And I hear thunder. So regarding the travel, there's a huge amount of precipitation that's in the coastal, the eastern, the Georgia and all that. And I need these days anyway to prepare to go. I want to save weight. I really don't even need to fill up my one propane tank, because you can do that anywhere. And I still have one I haven't even filled up. And guess what? I mean, you can go like a year or more. I don't use the furnace. It doesn't get cold here. I've only recently started using my stove, and apparently it's pretty economical. And that's a big 30-gallon cylinder. It's not a small one. I got 2 of them. And they're very heavy on the tongue weight when they're full. So between the battery and the tanks and the electric tongue jack and all that up there, I'll just leave that light, even though I've got a beast of a truck that can take it. Why not lighten up as much as you can? So, and then I'm going to be working on ideas of what I'm going to put in here, what I'll put in the back. I've already decided that if I go somewhere, I'll take the scooter and not the e-bike, as it's bulkier, and unless I have the tonneau rolled up, then I'm exposing everything to the weather, just to carry a bike when I've got an electric type device that thing folds down, and it's just as fun and it goes just as far, and I can carry just as much, which is nothing. It's just a tool around to see the area. I'll carry the e-scooter. That'll come in handy. That'll be fun. See how much it works if I go into some higher altitude, though, where I'm dealing with hills. It might just kill it right away. If it does, there it'll be, just folded up and sitting there. Let's see what else. This thunder's kind of disconcerting, but I see blue sky coming. I think it's moving away. I already checked the radar. So before I go on and on and on and on and on, all hopped up on Diet Coke, I'll end the video. So now you know what's going on. Yes, I got way too much sun, and not healthy, not good. I don't really know. I didn't put anything on my face to protect it or to attract sun. I think that white sand, I sat on the back of the truck for a little bit, and I got underneath my umbrella. I only wanted from here down, mainly my legs, to get some color. And I did, all the way up somehow. So I put the Noxzema on last night, and then I made the Crushing It for Christ video, and I didn't want to put Noxzema on. And then it was time for bed, and I didn't want to put it on and get in the bed. And then this morning I wanted to make a video, so I didn't put it on. And it really takes all the red out. So, I definitely want to, I'm appreciating these clouds right now. I don't want to be out there. Yeah, I hear thunder right over me. But if it starts to rain, I'll just go to the gym. And if it gets too sunny, I won't be out there. I got to give this a break to turn into some tan, some healthy color, not red. Post office. You want to hear about it? I haven't got it yet. They haven't changed the boxes. My address is different from most people in the world because it was nothing, and now it's something. It's been incorporated into the RV place, and nobody knows about it, or somebody doesn't care, and everybody keeps telling me your key is there. Then I go there and they go, we ain't got no key. So let's put a little narcissist out here and get pumped up. Oh yeah. See, I took this from the car and put it with me wherever I go because it smells so good. And don't forget, I got my foo juice for myself. Yeah, just a little dab of that Giorgio Armani. So looking good, smelling good, feeling good, thinking good, acting good, all good. Crush it.